Well, good evening. Welcome back to Rangers Radio. Fox does it again. Rangers 2, Brondby, I think they're called now. No, Fox.
Well, got the scoreline right. Wrong goal scorers, but who's to complain?
No, you were spot on. I mean, at the end up, I think we could have maybe had a penalty second half. We hit the bar, we hit the post. Apart from the first 5 minutes of the second half, we were pretty comfortable, mate.
Aye, we had two early scares in each half, Fox. The boy Ure get through early on in the first half and blasted wide. But and in the second half, they had another chance and he blasted it wide as well. But apart from that, I don't think Alan McGregor had the save to make, did he?
No, I don't think so, mate. No, just catches. I don't think they had an effort on target, mate, the whole game. So good work, good 3 points. We move on, and I hope that'll give us the confidence to go away from home and beat them, mate, and then sit maybe 6 points after 2 games. And if the result goes ways, we could be second.
Aye, hopefully. Good result in Prague for us as well. Leon continuing their run to the top of the table, which done us a bit of a favour. You don't want Sparta picking up points against MD. So, all in all, it was a good night for the Glasgow Rangers.
Yeah, nice 2-0 win, yeah. Right, okay, we'll get your thoughts, but before we do that, I think we'll get the phone lines open. So, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
I thought there was 2 performances there, one in the first half and one in the second half. After the first 5 minutes of sign-off, I thought Joe Aribo done some things that were absolutely magnificent in the first half, Fox. And for the last 40 minutes of the second half, I thought your mate, James Tavernier, was superb.
Well, I'd agree with Joe Aribo. I thought he was the star of the show without any doubt. Again, his close control, ability to turn men, hold off players and get away with the ball was absolutely tremendous all night. I don't know how he lasted the 90 minutes of workload he put in. I actually thought Connor Goldson came on to a good game in the second half. I thought he was quite inspiring. James Tavernier, the back four were comfortable, when you think they never get away many chances. So you've got to be happy with that. Goalkeeper had nothing to do. Midfield worked hard. Once again, Ops. And up front, again, we were a little bit shot shy. I think there's a confidence thing going on with our strikers. We're getting them in good positions, having good chances, but just can't have the composure at the right time. And this group could go down to goal difference. And I wish we'd have took our chances. They'd have been a lot more happier tonight.
Well, if we can go to Brondby and win our next home game, we'll be well in the mix for second place, mate. Well in the mix for second place. But listen, there was a lot of good stuff there, a lot of positives. We went and won comfortably against a decent team for Denmark. They're qualified the same as us. And we went there and beat them quite comfortably. With some people would say some of our players no firing and also some of our players missing. But I enjoyed some of the football. We'll be joined once again by Carl. Evening, Carl.
Evening. Very happy.
Good man.
A couple of wee things, though. I thought McGregor was a bit hesitant coming out a couple of times to pick up the ball in the first half. He didn't have a shot to save. Other thing,
we're never happy, folks.
I'm one of the I'm looking for perfection.
Right.
I thought Morelos played well, linking up okay. I didn't think he was that bad, Morelos, Come on, give the guy a wee bit of a break. He didn't score. I thought one time he should have run into the box in the last chance he had, He could have ran a couple of years before he shot. But that's one of these things. And one other point, Ox, quickly.
Yep.
I'm a cynical bugger, I must admit. But if I was James Tavernier at that corner, I would have went down like a ton of bricks so they don't get any supporters in their stadium. I'm sorry, you've got to do it sometimes. You've got to be European at times.
I thought the thing was the biggest thing we've done is we put the ball in the back of the net, Fox.
Aye, correct. There's no need nitpicking about that performance tonight. Another good first half where we did create again. Morelos unlucky with the shot that hit the post. VAR bailed us out, rightly so, with the Kamar Roof goal. I think like every other Rangers supporter, we just accepted that he was offside, but good old VAR proved us right. And I've just heard a wee text there that Celtic supporters are bringing it up at their annual general meeting. That,
as usual.
That Dutch people can't work VAR for Rangers.
Oh dear, imagine that. But the other thing, you know what I thought it was? I thought the ball had actually crossed the line when the referee taken his monitor watch off, you know. I thought it was the goal line thing wasn't working. I thought it was a goal for Alfie, actually, you know. But it was going to VAR. I thought, you know, when the referee, if you'd watched on the telly, taken his watch out, I thought maybe the goal line thing wasn't working right.
You see, well, I think he did change that, Cal, but it was never nowhere near. It was the goalie saved it easy. And I've got to be honest with you, Fox, Cal, I thought Roof was offside, and then you see it, and I think it's the guy's ankle.
The guy's ankle, come on. How you must have eagle-eyes to spot that. But, yeah, a great result for us. That's all I want. I want us to win. I don't care if we play bad, by the way. You might think I'm a picky thing, but I'm no. I just want us to win. But when you see some things, you go, this is still no a wee bit no right. I want perfection for Rangers, because on the night, if we play well, we can beat any team. I mean, any team. We can give them a run. Maybe no world-class sort of thing, but we can give any team a run. We've done it before. You know what I mean? I'm 100% behind Rangers every time. I get more upset. I've got more bruises in my leg for the coffee table than any forwards got for Rangers. Because I kick every ball with them. Like an idiot.
Listen, we fully understand, Cal, and I was being a bit facetious there. I get where you're coming from, but look, we all, supporters, we watch the game and we maybe get too emotional at times, and we always overreact sometimes after a match. But Fox went for 2-0 before the game, got it spot on. We could have had a third. We hit the bar, we hit the post.
I know.
Shout for a penalty. Sakala had a good chance, Fox. I thought he showed some glimpses. No. But he showed that there's promise there, Foxy boy.
Aye, he's got a bit of pace about him, but when he was through there, sorry to say, a really good striker just lifts that over the keeper, you know. He didn't manage to lift it high enough. It was an easy shot into goal for me, but that's just me right enough. And Alfie did the same with a goal open in the second half when the keeper was out of position. Just calm yourself and put the ball to the side he's running from, and it's another goal. You know, but all in all, it was a good performance, beating a team like myself who hadn't won the league for a long, long time. And they did that last year in Denmark, and they've had the kind of same stuttery start to the season that we've had, and all in all, probably a good result for us.
Magic. It was. It's a magic result. Come on. I mean, let's face it.
What players, Sean, for you, Cal?
First off, Joe Aribo. And Lundstrom, I thought, played well. And Leon Balogun, when he went up the pitch, he felt, and then he got a nosebleed, I think, near the penalty box. You know, I thought that was class for him. The only thing, see, when he went down, I knew right away it's a hammy. Everybody knows what a hamstring is, you know, if you played any football. You know what I've never had a hamstring. I've had groin strains, which is not nice, by the way.
I think the rub's better for a groin strain than it is for a hammy. Fox?
No, when you've got to walk down 7 stairs the next day, 7 flights of stairs the next day, a groin strain is no fun.
I thought it was more preventative than anything that we took him off, mate. We are short in that department at centre half, and comfortably winning 2-0. I think Gerrard made the right decision just to bring him off.
I love to see Scotty Arfield back on the game as well. I like the wee bit of dig he's got, you know.
He was unlucky with that one that came off the bar.
Oh my God, I thought it was in, you know.
Nice skill.
Right, I'm away now. I'm away for a dance with my missus. It's quite a celebration tonight down the South End, by the way.
Well, it's a city. It's a city now, isn't it?
Well, I don't know that. I stay in Westcliff, actually, Westcliff on Sea, where that guy gets stabbed on Friday, so I've got to bar my door the night because there might be a few people up for me. Right, cheerio.
Cheerio.
Yeah, I thought it was a lovely bit of Scalby right out in the wing. That's where I think he should be playing, Fox. I think he's a winger. I don't know if he's a guy who should be inside. He showed that when he just walked by the boy, didn't he?
I like Wright. I like the way he carries the ball. He turns with the ball instead of, like Sir Ruth, etc., plays the ball backwards all the time. Wright turns with the ball and runs at the defence. And that's a thing that we miss badly in our game just now. I would rather see Wright than Bakuna, or even, I've got to say it, even Ruth at times, mate. Because to me he offers that wee bit of pace and a wee bit of guile. The one he set up for Arfield was tremendous, mate. Did the full back, no problem, and then squared it across, and Ruth, of course, hit the bar.
Aye, but it was unlucky, and it was nice play all around, wasn't it?
Aye, it was indeed, aye. What did you think of the Joe Aribo penalty, Ox?
I thought it was a penalty, mate. I thought it was a penalty the first time, but I think the VAR says it's got to be a clear and obvious mistake, so they obviously couldn't make a mind up, but I thought it was a penalty. And then when we see it again, I thought it was definitely a penalty. Fox, you?
I did think it was a penalty at first, but when I seen the replay, I don't know whether actually Joe kicks him or he kicks him. It was hard to tell, mate. It was hard to tell, but I think most Rangers supporters would have screamed penalty kick without a doubt. The manager definitely thought it was.
No, I did, Fox, honestly. I thought it was a penalty the first time, and I thought it was a penalty when we seen the replay. Kemar Roof, 48 games, 32 starts, 16 substitution appearances, 24 goals, mate.
He's a bit of a goal scorer. You can't take that away from him, but the rest of the time, mate, he's easily pushed off the ball, Roof, isn't he?
I think he comes alive in the penalty box, mate.
Aye, he has got the confidence to stick a ball away when he gets a chance. As you say, it's a record of 1 and 2, a goal every 2 games, so that's a good record for him.
Well, if you go with starts, mate, it's 2 in every 3, mate. Yeah.
And is it about time he reversed positions with Morelos?
Maybe maybe. We'll be joined by David for Spain. How we doing, David?
All right, guys, brand new. How are we?
Aye, good. You enjoy that?
Evening, David.
Boys, evening. Just finished my work, so fucking didn't get a chance to watch the game. Oh, sorry, I just finished my work, so didn't get to watch the game.
A nice victory, mate. 2-0. I'll let Fox describe it to you.
I was wondering how Balogun ended up scoring. How did that come about?
Corner kick.
Really
corner kick.
There was a corner kick in for Tav, and Balogun just used his strength to get to the ball first, and a powerful header. The keeper got a hand to it, but couldn't stop it getting in the net.
Great, and is that Ruth scoring on his starts again every time that boy starts? It feels like he scores a goal.
That's what I'm just saying, mate. He started 32 games, he scored 24 goals.
Wow, that's a decent start for me. I do like Kemar Ruth. Even
he comes alive in the penalty box.
I watched him for his Oxford days.
Mm-hmm.
And I always had money on him to score first. In Oxford, they won me a few bob.
I scored a few goals for them, but even after that, Fox, there was one when he slid in for the Tav free kick. I don't know if we've got many players that would have tried to do what he done there.
He's no shy.
No.
Fox, yeah, like that,
you just couldn't direct it onto the target with the power that he wanted to, but it was a good effort.
Good result for us, Davey, and I hope it gives us a bit of confidence, eh?
Well, I've St Mirren. I've got Sunday. I get Sundays off. So was it St Mirren? I've got this Sunday.
Aye, St Mirren.
St Mirren away. Well, hopefully we Ryan Kent makes it back for that. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. Maybe I heard Stevie say, and just a pre-interview, a couple of days maybe. So I'm hoping. Because I really think he makes the bus tick, and the bus likewise for him. I don't know how many, but they scored. They know the record, setting up each other for assists and goals last year in the league.
Buff could do a goal for confidence, Fox, but some of his stuff was okay tonight, wasn't it? And then the second half, it made sense to take him off for Sakala with the pace over the top there.
But did he set up Roof's goal?
Did he set up Roof's goal?
Well, it was his header that the keeper saved. And Ruth just tapped it in for about 2 yards, mate.
So he'll get the assist, that's because I'm just looking at it.
I think there's only one person there's only one person getting assist for that. That's VAR.
Well, he got it on live score.
VAR. It looked as if it was offside, mate, and then when you see it on VAR, the guy's heel was playing him onside. Oh,
brilliant. And another play they had is, what was the online chatter saying that we were getting outsung? What was that all about?
What's that?
The online chatter saying we got outsung by the away fans.
Well, they never shut up the whole night. They were right behind their team, and obviously they let themselves down with an incident with a corner kick. They were throwing things at Tavernier, but they've quite a vocal and a good support, and obviously at times you could just hear them. I've got to give them credit. They backed their team the whole game, Fox.
Without doubt. I think most travelling supporters make back their side for 90 minutes. Our support, especially when they travel away, don't stop for 90 minutes. They were no different tonight. The only thing was missing was their flares that they had at Leon, where they nearly torched the ground. But they must have been well searched before they got into Ibrox, because I never seen any going off tonight at all.
Oh, that must have been it then. So I was going to say, it was did we have a few chances? I was listening before
we hit the post, Buff hit the post, Arfield hit the bar. I think we had a few shots at goal. Sakala could have scored, Buff could have scored another one. We had enough chances to win a lot more comfortably, Fox.
Without doubt. We could have scored maybe as many as 5 tonight on our overall play.
Oh, wow.
But two is more than enough for me. I'm quite happy with that scoreline.
Me too. I love to hear Arfield back in action, because I'm a really favourite. Scotty's a favourite of mine. The way he saluted his way to the title last year, just got on all them nerves, was perfect for me. So I'm glad to see Scotty Arfield back in action.
He done okay when he came on, Fox, I thought. Yeah, obviously the crowd at Arfield, they got that goal. That might have been his first touch, Fox, eh?
Maybe so. An all head that Scotty Arfield gets himself into the box quite a lot, and that very unlucky with that finish. Goalkeeper was beating all ends up, and just that wee bit too high that it crashed off the bar.
Oh, can we try and see some highlights?
You'll enjoy it. I mean, at times we played some good stuff. Lundstrom in the first half. Aribo's performance in the first half was, he'd done things with the ball that I don't know if anybody else in the team could do it, Fox.
It's like glue. It's stuck to his foot sometimes, the ball.
And then he thought he'd lost it, and he just stuck out the big long legs and run people, Fox.
He's also great at shielding the ball when he's coming into combat with players as well. He gets his legs in and covers the ball at all time, and then picks it up with his other foot and just takes it away from them.
But he was another bargain basement. Did you know we got him for a third $1 million or something? 350,000 did we have to pay him?
Just there, £300,000. Anyway, we've also been joined by Warren.
All right, David, we'll let you go, mate, and you see the highlights, and hope you enjoy.
I'll speak to you Sunday, boys.
All right.
By the way, Davey, listen to it with the sound off.
Right, I will indeed.
We've been joined
by... drive you mad.
Oh, mate, I don't know what planet he's on. We've been joined by Warren. Evening, Warren. How we doing, Bunny?
Good. How's yourself? How we all going?
Good, mate. What's on your mind?
Sorry, I'm just thinking, see that away support we had tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Thinking, I saw, I think, my first Rangers European game, 1979, Ibrox Cologne.
Mm-hmm.
When did we start getting, 1,800 fans coming to Ibrox. I mean, I know Legia Warsaw, they've got a lot. But I'm getting years back to the late 70s and that. When did all this start?
I think there's rules now with the if you look back in the last few years, there's been decent supports. They came and watched the Portuguese teams. Even Leverkusen had a decent size of support. Fox.
Aye, well, they've had a few teams visiting Ibrox recently where they've had a good support. You would never get anybody else coming to Ibrox with a support like that in Scotland, apart from the you-know-who. But it's nice, adds a wee bit of atmosphere and a bit of colour to European games, you know.
I mean, I'm not complaining nothing about it, but I'm thinking, you know, back to like late 70s and 80s, you'll mind we played Porto with that guy Gomez, and when did away teams start bringing all these massive fans? When did it all start?
I think the same time EasyJet started, Warren.
Aye. Probably. No, I'm just thinking back, you know, like the 80s and the 90s, and I'm looking at that support tonight, and, you know, Legia Warsaw, and I'm thinking, when did all this begin?
But I get your point, but because with the sit, they're very noticeable, and you see them the most of the game, particularly in the first half when we were going forward most of the time, mate. Yeah. You know. So, what did you think of the game, mate?
Happy with that. Good result. Thought we could have done better. I mean, a wee bit critical of Rangers just now, you know, but no, happy with that. We move on, and no, that's good enough. Good enough for me tonight. Good enough.
Take that every time, mate. You know.
And definitely,
You want more goals, but 2-0 does you, didn't it?
It does. I mean, I'm just a wee bit worried, you know, the way we play, and you know, we're no punishing teams. You know, we're not looking like punishing teams, but no, that was a good result, and I think we're comfortable for. We'll definitely have a result in Denmark. Definitely got a result. I'm more concerned about this St Mirren mob on Sunday. They always give us a hard game. You never get a pretty game at St Mirren or Livingston away, and I just hope this Rangers team can turn round and get a win on Sunday.
Fox?
Well, let's hope that was a wee confidence booster tonight, Warren. A lot of players will be lifted getting a result in Europe tonight. So I think we've got more than enough to see off St Mirren on Sunday.
Yeah, definitely, aye. But what I'm thinking, Fox, is, you know, we never get an easy game. Even with your Love Street, we never get an easy game there. And the way Rangers are just now, we need to get 3 points. That'll be great, you know. Just keep the foot in the net sort of thing, you know, and we never get an easy game at that place.
I'd agree with you there. But let's see this team. There's one thing about this team. Usually they can find a way to win, mate, even if it's a stuffy game. We've had a couple of setbacks this season, but to be honest, they usually come out on top. Doesn't matter how tight the ground is or how hard the opposition play against us. We're a side that find a way to win, and I think we'll do so on Sunday as well.
Hopefully. One thing I would say is, see Balogun when he scored that goal, and it's just like, see his face. It's great to see it, you know.
First goal.
The joy in his face.
Aye. It's his first goal apart from a friendly against Arsenal, so that's his first, if you like, competitive goal. You know, so fair play. I didn't realise that, Fox.
Well, it's always good to see your centre-back scoring at set pieces, mate. That's what they go up into the box. Connor Goldson has scored a few in his time. Balogun, Helander, Katic. They've all scored, mate, you know. And it helps when you're struggling up front that your centre-backs can come forward and pose a threat in the opposition box.
Definitely, yeah.
What did you think of the penalty decision in the second half, Warren?
Oh, I'll tell you something. Don't start me. See that VAR? Listen, there's no point in having that. There's no point in having that. At the start, I didn't actually think it was a penalty. And then you're looking at the second and the third time, you're like, what is going on here? Who's making these decisions, you know? There's no point in getting VAR because it's a load of nonsense.
Funny enough, when you look at the two incidents tonight, the Roof goal would definitely have been chalked off in Scotland, and I think we'd have got the Aribo penalty in Scotland. Do you know?
I get where you're coming from, folks. You never know. Aye. It's interesting to see what other people think. Did you think it was a penalty, Warren?
I did actually, yeah, I did.
You weren't sure, Fox, were you?
Well, the first thing you're looking to see the referee, and then you're waiting on the VAR. But we kept a hold of the ball for too long, and it took ages for the decision to get overruled. So they must have had a good look at it. They've got their way of deciding whether it was, as I say, did Joe kick him or did the guy kick Joe? I wasn't sure after it, to be honest with you.
You're a very honest man, Fox. Very, very honest.
Oh, well, quite a few people in my life wouldn't agree with you there, mate.
Warren, who impressed you tonight, mate?
You know, I was kind of watching the big fella to see, if he was going to, keep it up, Lundstrom, and but a few boys played well tonight. A few boys played well. I was disappointed with wee Alfie. Again, your strikers have got to put the ball in the net, and I'm not too sure about it all, to be honest with you.
I think this waiting on the 100th goal, Warren, is causing him to snap at chances at the moment. As soon as he gets that, he maybe come back to the form that we all know he's capable of. But apart from that, his all-round game is still solid, and he is a big help for Rangers.
What I like to is, he's outside the box. His football is actually fantastic. I think his football is great. But it's the striking part that annoys me. Mind on game against, was it Alaska, away from home? How many chances did he miss that day? And he's done it before a few times. As I say, he's all-round football outside the box. You can't fault it.
Well, he did start life as a midfielder. And
did he? Aye.
Aye, that's where he originally played it as a boy. And I think when when he came over, was it Finland he went to? I think it was, wasn't it? And they turned him into the striker that he is now. But he's had a couple of good... 100 goals for Rangers or 99 goals, mate, is a great return,
Oh, no, I know. It gives me an impression. Mind McCoy's... You know McCoy's... Well, we were winning everything, and McCoy's would miss 5 sitters, and I think I could score 8 goals. But then McCoy's would turn up in the big games and he would bang one in. And I'm talking about the big games. And this is what bores me about Alfie. He doesn't get in the big games. The ones that matter. This is it gets under my skin a wee bit.
It'll be judged on results. He'll obviously also judged in the goals scored where he plays, but he's not playing like Chris Boyd. He's coming and working for the team, and he's not just playing in the number 9 role, just looking for tap-ins and running about the box. So he brings me into the team. Is he a natural finisher? I don't think so, Warren.
No, I don't think so. And I'll tell you another thing, Ox. See the one that hit the post tonight? That was just one of these things. See, 6 months ago, that's the inside of the post he's in. And it's just your Donald Duck. It's no, the kids aren't falling for you, and they're not falling for you, but eventually will.
That's right, Fox. A fair comment. It's luck sometimes, isn't it?
Aye, well, strikers take you through wee barn spells once in a while where nothing seems to go right for them, but Alfie gets his chances. He'll start taking them eventually, He'll still be a big player for us in this season.
Yeah. Who's you getting man of the match day? Fox?
Me or Joe Aribo, without a doubt.
Wouldn't argue that, Warren.
I thought Joe. I've been watching him a lot recently, and I think he's one of him and Glenn Kamara, the two best 5-a-side footballers you'll ever get. But Joe, he has got something about him. He's good. He is good. And I thought he had a great game tonight.
No, that was arguably one of his better games ever. You know, I know
how did you think that Lundstrom and Davis done in the middle locks?
I thought Davis was quiet. I thought Lundstrom was our second best player in the first half, and then he sort of fell out a wee bit in the second, but done okay at times. I think he was our best out of the two of them, and personally, yeah. And you know I'm a big fan of Stephen Davis, but I thought Lundstrom outshone him. I could understand the substitution.
Aye.
4-5-1. Lundstrom's played a lot of football, and you've got the game was pretty much done. So you've got to start thinking about the next games.
Well, I think it was a case of the booking in the first half, mate.
By the way, he had a case, mate. The ball came off the guy's head, didn't it?
It doesn't matter though. You can't mouth after referees in Europe. It's a cert booking, mate, and I think that kind of curbed his game in the second half. I think maybe the manager said, "Don't go in for any rash tackles like you did in the last European game." So, you know, or get yourself sent off. And I think he just calmed his jets in the second half and strolled it along beside Stephen Davis.
Aye, I thought he'd done okay, mate. I thought he'd done okay. As I said, I thought he was our second best player in the first half. You couldn't say that anybody outshone Joe Rebo, could you, in the first half?
No, not a chance. If he keeps up that form, mate, he'll be hard to handle for any team in Scotland. And I just love when he adds a wee goal to it, because he's one of them that can start a ball outside the post, mate, and curl it into the far corner, as he has done a few times in the last couple of seasons. Big Joe's a star.
Entertainer, we were talking entertainer, Warren.
It's definitely aye. Definitely, I mean, when he's on his game, he's fantastic. Great player. Big fan of him. I would just like to see a wee bit more. Same with the midfield. What bothers me is, see the goals. There's no goals coming to the middle of the park. And that's a problem. You know, tonight we got away with it, we're all right, everything's great. But we need more.
Lundstrom started chipping in, so hopefully he can go on. And obviously Davis has never really been power off with Fox, has he?
Sorry, I never heard that there, sorry.
Davis hasn't really been prolific, even at his peak his powers, is he? He's not that type of player.
No. He scored a nice overhead kick against him, mate. What better can you get, you know? Yeah, he doesn't really get himself into the box anymore to score for chances, mate. He does occasionally go up the park. He does scored that shot in 2-1 defeat at Malmo, did he know?
I did.
Oh, aye.
I thought he done okay.
If I can say something, Oxen, I mean, yes. Your favourite player, Hadji.
Yes.
See when he starts, he never seems to fulfil, you know, what we expect. He's more an impact player when he comes on as a sub.
I think that's reasonable. He fulfilled the night what I do expect if I had you. That's all I would say. The boys definitely got ability, but there was one in the second half, Fox, and he played in, and I thought he should have ran in. Now, I know he's not blessed with pace, but he come back. That's what stops Hadji going to top level, because he's got ability, he's got a brain. He's still got a lot of pace, Fox.
Well, you need that pace to get away from players now, and he's all right. He's all right in wee tight spots where he can get a good pass away, but he's never going to run by MD, is he? You know, probably that's why he's at Rangers, mate, because he is a talent, but he just lacks that part in his game, that pace that takes you from an ordinary player to a very, very good player.
What's your thoughts, Warren?
I thought he's, as I say, to me, he's made an impact player. When he comes on, they get more out of him. See when he starts, same with the boy, right? We're not getting what we're looking for. And that's just what I think. We could have a bit more from the two of them.
Reasonable comment. I think also with Hadji, well, Wright's young as well, but you forget how young he is, Fox, eh?
Aye, still a young boy, but we're still talking Hadji here, I take. Well, if you're not born with pace, you're never going to add it to your game, so that's a thing they'll always lack. But sometimes if you've got the brain upstairs, pace doesn't really mean that much if you're an attacking midfielder. And that's what he will grow into, as an attacking midfielder.
All right, we've been joined by Ronnie. Evening, Ronnie.
How you doing, Bears?
How we doing, mate? What's on your mind, mate?
I'm just enjoying your conversation as usual. Regarding, Aribo, right? I thought it was, at times I thought the guy was outstanding. The ball just seems to stick to him like super glue.
See, when I watched Joe Aribo tonight, I just looked at the telly and thought, God, that's just like myself playing.
Aye, but he like that. There's no way he should keep the ball. Sometimes you're like this. He's got 2 and 3 behind over him, and you're like, how's he come out with that ball? It just seems to stick to him. But I'm my main point's about wee Fredo. We've got to stick by him because he's done us a good turn when we were in the dumps. When we were in the real dumps, he was there. He was the one man standing that carried us through that, And he's in a wee bit of a dump himself now, but he's taking the chances. They're coming, they're hitting the post, they're hitting the keeper, they're hitting the defender. He's there and he's taking them, but we've got to stand by him. Because there's one team's going to take a barrel load off him, and he might beat, wee Kenny Miller's record, or what do you call him? Oh,
Chris Marco Negri. Marco Negri.
He might beat Negri's record one day, and it could be this Sunday, against St Mirren. There's one day it's going to click, and he's going to get a barrel load, because see the last few games, he's been hitting the post and everything. And it just won't click for him.
Italian record, Fox messaged me, said, Harry Belafonte. See, Fox.
Harry Belafonte was a singer, wasn't he? A very good singer.
All right. But you mentioned Italian record. Sorry, carry on, Ronnie.
Aye, no, that's what I'm saying. I reckon some team's going to take a right batter in that for Fredo. And we've got to stand by the boy, because he was there when we had nothing else, and he was carrying us through a lot of games. He won us a lot of games when we shouldn't have won, and he carried us through the bad times. So he's gone through a wee bad time himself now, and he's come out today and says he's prepared to stay with us forever, sort of thing, and all that nonsense. He must be after a wage rise. But the point is, we've got to stand by him now. We can't shout to get rid of him just because
I'm a fan. I know he could score more goals. I accept that. He cost us maybe 2 points on Saturday. I'm a fan. Warren, then Fox.
Well, I'm not convinced. I'll be honest with you. I'm not convinced of Fredo. I mean, getting back to that League Cup final, chances missed. A last cap, chances missed. To me, I'm not convinced with the fella, but that's just me.
It's all about opinions. Foxy boy.
Alfredo. I'll tell you what, if anybody was watching that game on the telly and know at the game, when it scanned to him once he'd been taken off and his wee face he had on him, mate, I just burst out laughing.
Brilliant.
But his all-round game gives us an extra dimension, mate. Maybe in a different system, if he was playing off another striker, 2 up front, he could maybe score more goals, but he's got to take a lot on his shoulders, more or less.
Absolutely, folks. I think we've actually changed him. I don't think it's about what Fredo's done. I think we've changed Fredo.
But maybe changed him to fit the system rather than let him be his natural player that he was when he was scoring a lot of goals.
But has it been to his detriment and to Rangers' detriment to change him?
But does it provide more for the team all round, mate? This is the thing, I mean, when he's first two seasons...
It has, mate. That's been proven over the last few games. It's no.
Well, in the last couple of seasons, Alfie was the focal point of the team. And I think what Gerard's tried today is nobody so dependent on Alfie for goals alone, and that's why he's brought in players like Ruth and Wright and Sakala, where they can spread the goals against across the front three. And he's just not got a good enough foil. Him and Ruth doesn't work, mate, on the right or left side of it. He's the most, for me anyway, the most prolific scorer out of them all. He takes one out of three chances.
Sorry to interrupt you there, mate, but see just the interest. Do you think we're missing something? As far as like the Roof, but you've brought in Roof there, I think Roof is a fantastic striker. You know, and he could be our best striker for years to come. Are we missing something? Are we missing a trick there? Because my own personal opinion is, I think we miss a trick with no playing our field with Roof.
I think Arfield's not been fit, mate, so I don't think we could pick him. But I'll ask you a question. I'll go to you first, Ronnie, and then Warren, then Fox. Is Buff missed because he didn't have a full pre-season? Has that affected him?
No, I don't think so. I think it's Fox. I think it's more to do with the system.
All right, okay. Warren?
I would say no. I think it's just natural ability. Mind McCoy's would miss 5 sitters and then he would score. But you know what? McCoy was scoring cup finals, he was scoring European games, he was scoring games that mattered. The fella, for me, is not doing it.
Fox?
It maybe have a slight effect on him, but I think where Rangers go wrong in the 4-3-3 is the players that they've got up front. We're trying to fit strikers into these roles on the left and right hand side of the striker. Whereas if you watch very successful teams that play 4-3-3, the ones on the left and right are strikers come wingers, mate. They can do both jobs. And if you look at Sakala, what do you call him? The boy at Liverpool. What's his name?
Salah.
Salah's a winger come striker, mate. They come into the box and can fire in goals. Manny plays the same position on the other side. And as I've said before, Alfie kind of plays what do you call it? God, my mind's gone blank at the moment. Robert, the Brazilian boy.
Firmino.
Firmino, he plays his kind of role, and that's what Gerrard's turned him into, I think, where he comes deep, picks the ball up and feeds the other two as they come from outside into the box. They're hard to pick up.
But that's where we're going wrong, folks. We don't have the players that's running in. You know, and especially the likes of the night, when he's playing Lundstrom and Davis, we don't have that coming for the middle, or coming for in between the middle and the front.
I didn't think in the first half Lundstrom was playing on the better on the left for me than the middle.
Well, exactly. That's what Fox is talking about there. We don't have these players that sit in between the front and the middle. You know, and when he plays two lights of the night with Davis and Lundstrom, that just negates that whole idea altogether. You're expecting the front three then, which is Roof, Hadji and Morelos, to chase the defenders down to cause mistakes and then hope that the midfield push up. You know, we got lucky tonight because I think the night, and anybody that's watching that the night is going to agree that Brondby are a poor team. We've got to. I didn't think they were great, mate. We've got, honest to God.
Very young side, mate. Very young side.
Aye. They're not a poor team. As you say, a young team. I don't want to be disrespectful to them.
I think their combined age is the same as Al McGregor and Stephen Davis.
Aye, I don't want to be disrespectful to them. But they're a young team. You can see they're inexperienced and everything else. But we've got to be looking to win away from home as well. But we shouldn't be playing 2 two sitting defenders, two sitting midfielders against him, especially at home. You know, you either play Lundstrom or play Davis. You don't play two. You know, I think that, and
I think the argument to that,
Gerrard can rewind that game. See if Gerrard could rewind this day, he would probably say the same himself.
No, I think if Gerrard's just text me and said, "Tell Ronnie to look at the score."
I love it, mate. I love it.
Aye. By the way, don't write this Brondby team off either, mate.
Was that in the red phone there, Ox? Aye.
The bat phone. The
old bat phone rang.
That'll be a tough journey to us, the return game, mate. I think that
it will be, aye. It will be because I don't think Goldson's on it.
Goldson's fine. Goldson's fine.
He's a good second half for night. He's a good second half for night. Golson, credit when it's due. I thought they'd done all right. I mean, they didn't have they could have scored twice. Obviously, the guy with the Borner mistake, and then Golston wasn't great. After that, I think he pretty much rolled the game. In the first 5 minutes of the second half, he did come across and cover for Tav twice. After that, Tav grew into the game, and Tav actually dominated that side of the pitch. He looked more like his old self. The one at the same poster you've got above your bed, Fox.
Well, I didn't think he was back to his best, but I thought he had a competent game. I thought he done well, done most things well, got himself forward, got into good positions once again. And I'll not be long to James is back on the goal scene, mate.
Aye, I think that myself, boys. You know, I think he's lost a wee bit of spark, hasn't he? You think he's a wee bit fear?
No, I think just that's what happens when you maybe confidence. You might see all the right things, but you just do slightly. You're a wee bit hesitant because you just want to you overthink it, and when goals start flowing through the team, it becomes easier for everybody. Warren?
Oh, definitely, aye. Definitely. One thing I would say about Tav is, I mean, I think he's been obviously Rangers over the last few years. Now, we all know his form's dipped this season. Do you think, and somebody said to me during the week there, because of young Patterson, do you think that's got an effect on his form?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Some people would say you should push him on, but no, I just think that as a team doesn't play well, he's a cog in a wheel. Fox?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
sorry there. Carry on.
Did you catch that about Tav? As Warren was saying that he thinks that Patterson might have affected him. I said, I don't think so. I just think as the team's not been brilliant, he's also been part of that, you know?
Aye. I think I believe that James Taverner's a good team captain. I think he would encourage Nathan Patterson rather than let it affect his game. I think he'll be quite happy with Nathan Patterson's progress. And I think, as I say, I think he encourages him, you know. Patterson's one for the future for us, and he will eventually take Tav's position.
Yeah.
Good work there, Fox. It was just somebody said that to me earlier on in the week, and it got my mind thinking, you know, but no, I think you're right.
Aye, so listen, 2-0 win. Are we all agreeing that Joe Aribo was man of the match?
Oh, without a doubt.
100%, aye.
Aye, that's a compliment to the board because usually people think other people, but I think I couldn't argue with that at all. You know, I thought he was excellent, and he's an entertainer, Ronnie. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, mate. It totally amazes me at times, mate, how that boss sticks to him. And the verification for me is when you hear people like the commentators, I can't even mind what is his name, Cragen or something. And they're saying the bloke sticks to him like glue. And it does. See, when you see him in about 2 or 3 players, somehow that leg always comes out and he comes out of a crowd with the ball. You know, and it totally amazes me how he gets away with it. You know, the boy he's definitely good at something. And it's at times when I'm watching, I'm like, how is he at Rangers? You know, when I watch him.
If I'm being critical, Warren, he needs to add maybe half a dozen goals a season to his game.
See the one shot out of the bar. Maybe I think it was about 20 minutes, and I'm thinking, I could do that down the park. See, if you're a professional football player, you've got to be closer to the target box.
I think you're right. They should, but I mean, everybody shoots and misses, even Fox.
Oh, aye.
No me, pal. I never miss. I would have scored. I was a centre half, and I could have scored some of the chances.
I've heard that many years, Ox. I've heard that many times during my young years. You've missed.
Aye, you've missed. Aye. That could be embarrassing, Ronnie. That could be embarrassing.
I know, it was. How are you talking about?
It's just in our team that if some of the really effectual players aren't on their A game, mate, it makes a big difference to Rangers. Joe Aribo played really well tonight, but those surrounding him didn't match his kind of brilliance in the game, and we struggle,
sorry to interrupt
sometimes.
You, Fox. Sorry to interrupt you, mate. Can I ask you a wee question, guys? Right, I know you're running out of time now. Right, what can we? I honestly think, see the new, and I go to the games and I watch the games. I love for Rangers, but I think they're playing with a wee bit of fear, right? And I don't know what it is. How could we as a support, make them say, look, don't be fear, just play your game.
Get behind them.
What could we do? No, but what could we do as a support? No, even at Ibrox, right? So seeing they're going to Langenthal, no this week, but the following week. See, we're going to the following week against Aberdeen. What could we put out as an advertisement and say, look, keep singing this song, let the players know. Tell the players, look, this is the supporters saying, look, we don't give a fuck if you make a mistake. Sorry, mate. We don't care if you kick the ball out and you make a mistake. We don't care if you lose a goal. We're with you, 100%.
But that isn't true.
See until they get that hump off the back. I think we're going to put up with this. We're expecting them to play the way we expect them to play. We know they can play.
We'll maybe debate that tomorrow night. We've reached that time in the evening. Warren, Ronnie, thanks a lot for joining us, boys.
Thanks a lot.
Can I bring a last banger in here?
Yes, mate.
I'm just thinking, see Kamara been out tonight. Do you think Rangers played better with him being out of the team? That's just a last banger.
Good question. We'll carry that one on tomorrow night as well, mate. Fox doesn't
sorry about that, mate.
No, that's all right. He doesn't give me overtime. He's too tight.
Right.
But good question, mate. Quickly, thoughts. Give us your thoughts on that, Kamara.
Kamara's an excellent player. Covers a lot of ground. Strong in the tackle. Hard to shove off the ball. Doesn't produce enough forward passes for me, but still an intricate link to our team. He's still a great player for me, anyway.
All right. Thanks for the call, Warren. Thanks for the call, Ronnie. Okay. Great to hear from you. David and Cal for joining us too. David from Spain. Thanks to Fox for partnering up with me again. Always a pleasure, Mucker.
Thank you.
To all the Rangers fans all over the world, particularly on here on Rangers Radio, just keep it going. Keep it going for the Rangers. Thanks for doing the technicals. And we'll be back tomorrow night. We'll be with Barney Rubble. We'll be joined by the one and only Southside. Take care. See you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Take it away, old schoolboy.
The boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. We support the Glasgow Rangers, do not Ibrox is the place. And we will follow in the championship race. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Magic boys in blue are the best team in the land. You've got to cure and govern to get a ticket for the stand. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. We've spent a lot of money on great players, yes, that's true. But the Rangers fans deserve the best from the boys in royal blue. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. Ago, the story, it was dismal, full of gloom. Now we're building an extension for the Ibrox trophy room. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. In Europe, we'll be travelling by land and sea and plain. The teddy bears have got the bears and we're on the march again. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all. Yes, it's true, the boys in blue are just magic on the ball. The Glasgow Rangers football team's the greatest team of all.